maybe personally, one thing that you yourself might be able to help us with, which I've always been wondering how this could happen, and perhaps it's providential, which is you may know that in South Korea, the study of Talmud is very, very popular. They have translated books of Talmud, books of stories from the Talmud into Korean, and it's almost like required reading in most of the schools. And there's a lot of people involved in it, because there's an idea that historically, Jews tend to have been successful in the business world, successful in medicine, successful in science, and there's an idea from other cultures that like perhaps one thing that's contributed to this is the fact that one of our basic books of learning is the Talmud, and so they study this in South Korea with that type of interest. But what I would advise is that they need more information and more books about these basic fundamental principles that are behind it, these 7 basic principles, because that will put more meaning into the study that they're doing, and it will help direct them to what parts of the Talmud that they should be specifically looking into, because those are the parts that relate most to humanity in general, rather than things that are just specific to the Jewish people. So that's a personal thing, which we might be able to discuss that later. As far as yes, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. I understand what your vision is. I am, my age, 19 years old, I became assistant pastor, when I was in theology school, I learning Hebrew and Hela. So, my professor said we should read the Torah and Talmud, Talmud. So that is good, because wisdom, like we call chochmah. Chochmah is wisdom. That is from the reading Talmud. That we have so many stories, like we have a good story at the Talmud. Even I was using many Talmud story at the school or at the Sunday school, as well as university. When I sermon, I using several Talmud stories. So as well as UN, another many organizations together working. As I know, the UN had a class to Talmud classes. I think not it depends about religious background. Any religious background, we are under God. We are, we have to worship God and understand who is God. We are all respect Jewish is the choosing people from God. Their principle is the word of God, Talmud. So I'm really, if you have anyone who are listening this one chance to, contact him to join some of his class and then know, each other, what programs more deeply involving asking Noah International Organization together.